Well, good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. I hope you all are having a wonderful, wonderful beginning of the year. It's me, it's Fred again. You just got to deal with me for another 30 minutes. Yes, you got to deal with Fred. I'm glad to see all of you that are on this morning. And I hope that you guys are going to have a powerful week as we go forward. Now, listen. I wanted to share with you, as you always know, lead generation, and I always start this off, lead generation is all about waiting for it, paying for it, or going after it. And so today we're going to talk about mindset of a realtor who is going to be successful in their business. Now, everyone know what's going on in Vegas this weekend. In Vegas this weekend, we are having the ultimate bowl. We are having the Super Bowl is coming to Vegas. And so when I thought about that and I thought about mindset, I said, what can we talk about? Now, what I want you to do, listen, I want you to take notes. I'm going to talk a little bit and then I'm going to let you all just get on the field and talk. So I want you not to be shy. I want you to make sure that you turn your mics on. I don't want to have to say, anybody going to talk? I want somebody to say something. You got something to say, okay? Now, listen, I'm going to talk about a Super Bowl mindset. And I'm going to say this because everyone used to say, when you're talking about sports or when you're talking about anything, they say, get your head in the game. Get your head in the game. When I was running track in high school years ago, I ran the quarter, and before every race, I would always run the race in my head. I would I would run the race in my head. I would get on the field and I would create a quarter circle, a small circle, and I would walk that circle and create the run in my head. So I'm going to go a little bit different. I'm going to go left because I'm going to tell you, everyone says get your head in the game. I'm going to say this. You may want to write this down. Don't get your head in the game. Get the game in your head. Okay? Don't get the game in your head. Get the game. I'm sorry. Don't get your head in the game. Get the game in your head. Now there's a couple of things that you have to do in order to make that happen. Number one, you have to visualize success before you take the action. You have to visualize success before you take the action. Before stepping onto the field of any challenge, whether it's real estate, whether it's relationship, whether it's the Super Bowl or a significant project that you have to go to, it's crucial to visualize your success. You need to take a moment to close your eyes and vividly imagine yourself achieving your goals. We're doing 36 transactions in 12 months doing 3 hours of lead generation. We started a contest in January about getting to be number one. You have to visualize yourself, see yourself making the winning touchdown, see yourself making the winning deal, sealing that deal, achieving that milestone by visualizing success. You prime your mind. You prime your mind for the task that's ahead, and you're instilling within your mind confidence and clarity in your actions. So number one, you have to visualize success before taking the action. Sometimes we visualize our defeat before taking action. We say, I can't do 3 hours of lead generation. We say, I've been in the business only a month, so I can't make the deals. So you have to switch it. You have to visualize success before you take the action. And then number two, you have to focus on preparation and execution and not distractions. They're playing the Super Bowl this weekend. The amount of time that they're going to be on the field does not compare to the amount of time that they spent preparing and executing certain plays. And I'm sure during the practice, the coach is saying, don't get distracted. Do what you need to do. In the chaos of the Super Bowl, distractions are abundant. Can you imagine being in the center of the field with over 10,000 people yelling and screaming, crowd noises, the opponent's strategies, the media hype? And similarly, in our business, in our endeavors, distractions can derail or focus and drain our energy. This rain that we just had, some use that as a distraction. When even though we may be huddled at home, we still have the ability to pick up the phone. We still have the ability to text. Instead of getting caught up in external factors beyond our control, we have to learn how to focus on what you can control, your preparation and your execution. You have to practice relentlessly. You got to hone your skills. You got to develop a game plan that's tailored to your strengths, not somebody else's. So when the pressure is on you, you rely on your preparation to guide you to your actions and staying disciplined and focus on executing your game plan because it's your game plan. And then number three, y'all know I'm a preacher, so I have 3 points. So forget it.
Is that
You've
my
got
friend? Hey, my
you.
friend.
I know. So you also, number three, you got to embrace adversity and maintain resilience. Okay? Every Super Bowl is filled with twists, it's filled with turns, it's filled with momentum swings, it's fulfilled with turnovers, it's filled with unexpected challenges. And similarly, with our pursuits, we encounter setbacks, we encounter obstacles that threaten to derail our progress. However, champions are not defined by their ability to avoid adversity. They're defined by their resilience to face it. Embrace challenges and look at challenges as opportunities for growth, opportunities for learning, opportunities for adaptation, to change. And then when you're faced with setbacks, you maintain your composure. You can maintain your resilience, knowing that every setback is a stepping stone toward your eventual success. So, my encouragement is you keep pushing forward with unwavering determination, knowing that your win, your victory belongs to you when you persevere. So don't get your head in the game. Get the game in your head. So I'm going to go back to point number one. Visualize success before taking action. What do you think? Tell me, talk to me. Oh, y'all going to do that. Tell me what you got. Want to hear you. Unmute yourself. Kim, they're not talking. What's up?
I know. They're there.
Are
Come
you
on.
asking for us to tell you what we want to visualize or about the
I'll-
concept of visualizing your success?
Either or, whatever hits you in this mindset talk, whatever gave you an unction, whatever gave you something to think about. I want you to talk about it.
I think it's a brilliant idea to do that because every day we get so focused sometimes in some of the activity that we lose sight of what we're trying to do. And so a setback or a distraction or whatever can totally upend our focus for the day. So having that visualization can always bring us back to where we need to go.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you. Appreciate that. Heather, you put mental rehearsal. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so back when you were talking about how you used to run track and field in high school, that was just something that resonated with me. I can relate because I was also in all the athletics in school and in PE. That was something that they always used to talk about was how athletes before a game or before a race, they would just visualize completing the entire thing and breezing through it and it going really well, and they called it mental rehearsal. So I think also we can just apply that to what we do. So I was thinking to myself about, okay, like closing escrow and what that looks like and handing over the keys to my client. We can do the same thing. We can apply the same concept.
Exactly, exactly. So when we talk about that and we talk about, visualizing before you take the action rather than taking the action and then hoping the visualization happens, it's like what we do on the morning mindset. We're speaking things into existence. If you're going to say, I'm a lean, mean listing machine, money comes to me, I'm going to make this happen, something in the universe happens. Something happens. And so you want to visualize your success and not your defeats. Now, we talked about preparation and execution and distractions. What, may I ask, distracts us from our preparation and execution? That's a deep question. Go ahead, Mr. Cooper. I want to hear you. Say something.
Well, I guess a distraction for me would probably be like outside noise. Um, even family and friends, um, things that, just will that will allow me to deviate from, just working as hard as I possibly can. You have to excuse the noise out here. I work like in an industrial area and there's all kinds of trucks around here. But
Trust me, we can't hear
those
it.
are
We can't hear it. We
those are
hear you.
some, huh?
We hear you.
Can
We
you
don't
hear?
hear. Uh-huh.
Okay, good. So those are like kind of distractions for me. Just you know, instead of putting more time into lead generating, I'm hanging out with friends and just or doing things with family, things just outside of the normal patterns of things that I do. Yeah, those could be the distractions. Even the adversities that we come across. If you harp over those adversities and don't know how to be resilient because those things are inevitable. They're going to happen. But if you can push through them and overcome them, they don't become distractions, but they become learning experiences.
Mm-hmm.
So
Awesome.
those,
Thank you. I
those would be them.
appreciate that. I appreciate
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
I'm calling on the two Nickies. One of the Nickies, two of the Nickies, come on, say something. I want to hear you all. I want to hear what resonates in this for you. Go ahead and unmute and talk. None of the Nickies? Go
I
ahead.
can talk.
All right, go ahead.
I'm walking back from dropping my daughter off at school, so
Awesome.
pardon me there. What was resonating for me is just you know, I find that a distraction for me is really my mindset. It's the ego saying you're not good enough. Why would they choose you? You know, all those things. And then, getting up and getting on these calls and listening to motivational things and manifesting podcasts and working past those negative thoughts.
Mm, that's rich. That's rich. Yes, yes. And 90, Kim, you would think 90, do you think it's in the 90s that all realtors experience a distraction?
Yes, yeah, for sure. I would say close to 100% because
Yeah.
I feel like even the fear of the unknown or those little doubts that we have in our mind, that can become a distraction because if you're thinking about, well, what if they ask a question that I don't know the answer to, or what if I call and they chew me out? You can go down a rabbit hole on that, which would distract you from, um, you know, doing the next thing. That's why I love the sports analogies, because I think at the premise of sports, whatever kind of sport it is, it's always, there's the next play, like
Right.
the next at bat or the next, whatever it is. You don't you can't allow yourself to get caught up in the last play. You have to
Mm-hmm.
keep moving forward. I think if we talk to any athletes that were performing at a very high level, it would be that their mindset was shake off what just happened and look forward to the next play.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's good. Because you have to ask yourself the question, Sunday, the majority of us on this call are going to be watching the Super Bowl game. We're going to be rooting for someone, whether it's our team or not our team. But the question is, we're looking at people that are making big bucks. We pay our money, we sit in the stands, paying big bucks. But what happens after the game? I have one of the deacons at my church, his brother and his wife have a son that plays on the San Francisco 49ers. And I'm going to shut up because I want you guys to talk. He plays on the San Francisco 49ers. I don't know his name, but I just know that he plays on that team. But guess what? He's never on the field. He's sitting on the sidelines. Now, you may say, well, goodness, he's just sitting on the sideline. He's not in the game. He's just like me. I'm in the stands. He's just sitting on the field. But guess what? There's a difference because you got to look at people in the game, people on the sidelines, and people in the stands. People in the stands paid their money to see the people on the field, but they didn't know they also paid their money to see the people on the sidelines. Because in the end, y'all gonna get mad at me when I say this. In the end, when San Francisco wins the Super Bowl, when San Francisco wins the Super Bowl, whether he was in the field or on the sideline, he's still gonna get a Super Bowl ring. Hello?
Yeah,
Is that true?
it's true.
So your question is, where do you want to be positioned? Where do you want to be positioned? I want to say thank you, Nikki. I know you're at work. She put in, it's the limiting thoughts that I don't have enough time, doubts, Mindset is huge to keeping on track. That's right. That's right. Okay. Go Niners. Yes. Anybody else want to share? Nasir, do you want to share? Shamika, Susie, Cindy, Zen, Chance, do you guys want to share? We have about 8 minutes. Miss
Good
Bernini,
morning.
go
This is
ahead. Go ahead.
Nasser.
Nasir.
Yeah, I was just thinking about, picturing myself getting in the car. You have to have a clear idea as far as where you're going to go. You can use your GPS and plan from A to B, or you can just wander around and pretty much ending up nowhere or get lost. So I was visioning that you need to have a clear plan and be prepared. That's my
Yes.
2 cents.
Yes.
Um, for me personally, my visualizations began when I started school and took the test. So I envisioned where I was going to be and how I was going to be as a realtor. And I just recently did a video, which I haven't posted, but what I know we're gonna talk about that for what
Okay.
I did a
Okay.
video of what I thought was, but was not. Because in my mind, I had this vision of what being a real estate agent was, how things were gonna go. And then I had to get out of my head the separation between being an employee and self-employed, your own boss. So I really have to think about nobody is going to just hand you a paycheck because you showed up at the brokerage. Nobody is going to, you're not going to get paid because you sat there 8 hours. It doesn't matter. Like you can sit there 12 hours and you got to visualize yourself. To me, I'm full-time, no other job. So I'm visualizing myself being unemployed with no option of drawing unemployment if I don't put boots on the ground. And so I'm saying that's not where I want to be. So I'm visualizing the scary part, which is motivating me. People probably visualize, oh, this big commission check. I'm visualizing if I don't do this, it's going to get real in these streets. So that's my visualization of the ugly, scary part of where I don't want to be.
Awesome.
So.
And you could use that as your fear of video. You could use that as, and this is just a nugget for you. You can use that as saying, my journey through real estate.
Okay.
Hey, y'all, this is my journey through real estate. The good, bad, the ugly,
Yes.
and
Okay.
always end with a positive note.
Positive. Yes.
The key here is embrace adversity and maintain your resilience. Let me look at the notes. Nikki said, I know what you said about having the vision of success. Awesome. Rita said, mindset, 100%, staying positive and visualizing the positive outcome. Forget distractions and touch base with people with no excuses. I'm going to give you a little testimony. I tell you, business is about waiting for it, paying for it, and going after it. I've worked with clients in the past, of course, 20 years. I sold a property near my house. The owner had 3 properties. This was over on 108th Street. And I was thinking I was going to sell his Gardena property. And so he invited me over, looked at it. He said, well, I'm not ready to sell yet, but you're going to be the one that I call. Came to my church, visited, and then maybe 7 months ago, he called me over. The last rain that we had, he called me over and I was like, yeah, I'm going to get that listing now because he's moving to Louisiana. I know it. I get over there with my listing contract in hand. He said, Mr. Howard, he said, that last rain, it rained in my house. And I want to show you what it did. And I called the insurance company and I couldn't get through. So I need your help. So I sat there with him and I directed the direction to the insurance company, got connected him um, with my contractor. The insurance company paid him what needed to be paid because he had paid the money to the insurance company and the insurance company wasn't giving him the money back. So I settled that. Just last night, I get a call. Mr. Howard said, yes, Mr. Newman. Yes, how are you doing? He said, doing good. He said, you know what? I think I want you to sell my house. And I'm thinking this is a different one because I'm like, I need you to do something. I said, what do you want me to do? You have another one? He said, no. I said, so where are you? He said, I'm in Louisiana. He said, I need you to sell my property in Gardena. I said, okay. In the morning, I'll run the numbers for you and we'll get that on the market. That's a part of waiting for it. Building relationship. Okay? So that's what you need to do. Time goes so fast when you're having fun. It's already 8:29. I hope this was rich and powerful for you guys. Looking forward to seeing you in the office. Looking forward to your continued success. Any last words?
That was great,
Thank
Fred.
you. Okay.
Well, go ahead.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. You all take care. Have an awesome, awesome rest of your day. Remember, don't, what did we say? Don't get your head in the game. Get the game in your head to find the success that you need. This is Fred signing off. Y'all take care and have a great day.
Thank you, Fred.
All
Thanks,
right.
Fred.
Thank you. You all take care.